PMI is working on a brand new certification, and it just may end up being the most advanced project management certification they've ever offered. It's not replacing the PMP, it's not for beginners, and most people won't even need it. Today, I'm going to explain what PMI has actually confirmed, what's still unknown, and what it probably means. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Charles. I'm a project management professional, and on this channel, we talk about real project work, not just theory. This topic is new and still evolving, so I'll be very clear about what's coming directly from PMI and what is my own professional interpretation. Let's start what PMI has actually said. No guessing. PMI has confirmed they are building something called the Project Professional Advanced Certification. In simple terms, this certification is meant for very experienced project professionals. It sits above the PMP, not instead of it, and you must already have an active PMP to even be considered. So if you don't have a PMP yet, this isn't something to worry about. It's a future step and not a starting point. PMI has also said that this certification will be different in how it's earned. Instead of just taking an exam, there will be a peer review, and that means other experienced professionals will look at your work and your experience. You'll also take a controlled exam, but the exam is only part of the process. This tells us PMI is trying to measure how you actually perform in the real world, not just how well you memorize concepts. PMI already has a lot of certifications, so let's talk about how this one is different. Most PMI certifications work like this. You meet eligibility requirements, you study, and you pass an exam. This new certification changes that model. The big difference is that somebody else will validate your experience. This isn't just PMI, but peers that understand complex project work. So that's a major shift. PMI is basically saying, we want proof that you've led projects, not just that you understand how a project works. This is something PMI has not done at scale before. Now let's talk about what PMI has not fully explained yet. As of now, PMI has not told us exactly how many years of experience are required, what counts as a complex or high-stakes project, how the peer reviewers are chosen, what documentation or evidence will be required, how hard the exam will be, how often the certification must be renewed, or how much it will cost. So if you hear anyone online claiming exact requirements, that's not official information yet. Everything in this next section is my informed opinion and not PMI policy. Based on how PMI has talked about this certification, here's what it appears they're aiming for. This certification is for people who lead projects where failure would be a big deal, manage uncertainty, risks, and politics, and not just schedules, are trusted by executives, and make judgment calls when there's no perfect answer. The peer review may look like explaining how you led difficult initiatives, showing how you handled risk, conflict, or failure, or talking through real decisions that you've made and not just templates that you followed. So this feels less like a school test and more like a professional review of how you actually operate. So why is PMI doing this now? From what I gather, there's three big reasons. First, projects are harder than they used to be. AI, regulation, cybersecurity, global teams, constant change. Projects don't follow neat plans anymore. Second, the PMP has become a baseline. The PMP is still valuable, but senior leaders already have it. And third, organizations want leaders and not just planners. They want people who can take responsibility for outcomes, even when things go sideways. This certification seems to be designed for people who are already being asked to lead at that level. So here's the key takeaway for PMP holders. I think the fact is the PMP is not going anywhere, and it still remains the foundation. The PMP may continue to represent proven competence, but this new certification will represent true mastery. So you should be paying attention if you're already doing things like leading projects with serious business risk, being accountable for outcomes and not just deliverables, coaching or mentoring other project managers, and operating in gray areas where rules don't help much. If your job already feels bigger than your title, this certification is probably aimed at you. So how do we prepare without overthinking it? You don't need to study for this yet, but you can prepare in a practical way. You can start doing things like keeping notes on difficult decisions you've made, learning how to explain your impact in plain language, building trust and reputation and not just documentation, and practicing leadership when things are uncertain. If peer review is involved, your reputation will matter. If this kind of breakdown helps you understand where project management is heading, then subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment and tell me if you would pursue this certification if it comes available. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.